What's up, Bomb Squad? It's a Saturday show. It's episode 11, Saturday show on a Sunday, like we addressed yesterday. It's April 29th. It's Dega Day. I know you're not a big NASCAR guy, but Talladega 500s today. Highly recommended. Not a NASCAR guy, but I always watch Dega because there's always a ton of wrecks going at like high speeds. So it's at 2 p.m. We're recording right now. It's 1:30. So highly recommend that you tune into that. Join with my co-host, Tones. Tones, how you doing?
I'm doing good, man.
Good.
I'm hanging in there. I finally pooped. That was fun.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You haven't pooped since Thursday.
Yeah, well, as of now, since yesterday night, last night.
There you go. How was it?
It was good. It was actually surprisingly smooth. It wasn't too soft-servy. But yeah, no, it was good poop. Good poop.
Good dump.
Yeah.
Good to hear. Good to hear. I'm sure the bomb squad's really pumped up to find out that you pooped too.
We're gonna give you updates on my bowel movements. They're very frequent and they're very large.
All right. So for our new listeners too, with the Saturday show, we just do strictly segments and our 4-pack of questions. We have a total of 6 total segments today. We're going to have a classic Mad Lib challenge again today too. Then we'll get right into our 4-pack. But before we do that, just really quickly, because as everybody knows, I pretty much bought season tickets to the local arena football team for content purposes. And it has not been disappointing. It's been fantastic. So last night the Brigade beat Albany 52-49. It was a gunslinging affair again. Okay. But the thing that I've gotten out of it most is that like beer spills all the fucking time. I've spilled so much beer at this place, whether it be the players throwing it on me, being dicks, or like me just having it up against like it's like on a table against the wall and somebody catches a touchdown pass and bashes into it, which is what happened yesterday. So I had two beer spillages. So for everybody too, the beer is free. It's fantastic. It's free beer in the section that we're at in the bunker.
Well, I think they have to make it free if there's that many. If you've been there twice, you've already spilled like 6 or 7 beers. Like
it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And the guy who dumped the beer all over me got disciplined. I found out, which is awesome.
Oh, really?
Somebody submitted a report, I guess, and like let them know, like, no, it wasn't like him, like it wasn't an accident, like he came over and just knocked them all over me. Like, we see them in 2 weeks, so I'm gonna fucking heckle the shit out of that guy.
Absolutely. Keep your beers close to the chest, you know.
So the first beer I spilled yesterday was before the game started. The ref, it was the same ref who we had in the first game, and he's like just the man. So he noticed me and he like walked over, and he likes to do the thing where like he tosses the football and then he tosses it back to him. So I had a beer in one hand and he like just tosses it to me, and I try to one-hand it. And I just like drop my beer, and I'm like, fucking every time I show up here, I spill beer everywhere. And the guy was laughing hysterically. It's true. I mean, like it's literally, I always walk out of that place needing to do laundry. But yeah, he was a really cool dude. And then, like I also prefaced, so there was a massive touchdown by the other team towards the end of the half, and I was holding my beer kind of against my stomach and the wall. And when he hit the wall, it just exploded all over my place. It was caught on camera. Like we're trying to get it up on the Twitter feed, which is at TNT Dynamite Pod, by the way. We're trying to get that up because you don't really see the beer explode. You just see me like look down and be like, fuck, not again. So overall, just a lot of beer spillage. It's a really fun time. If anybody has an arena football team in their local market, there's only 4 teams I found out too, by the way. I thought there was like 13. I thought there was like a league. I didn't even bother looking at it, but there's only 4. So it's us, Tampa, Philly, and Albany. So
I knew the Philadelphia Soul because that's John Bovey or whatever, Bon Jovi.
Bon Jovi? Oh yeah, he doesn't own them anymore. He used to back in the glory days. But yeah, they're the reigning champs. We play them next week in Baltimore, so that'll be fun. So we're 2-1. It's been a blast so far. But fuck it, let's just get on with our Saturday show on a Sunday. Did you have like a minor bone to pick here with the Saturday show?
Yeah, it's just confusing with the whole Saturday on a Sunday, Friday on a Saturday. Like I feel like I'm in a time machine here. It's it's really throwing me off, man. I gotta be honest with you, because it is Sunday and I gotta work tomorrow. But like you keep saying Saturday, and it just gets my head off.
Saturday show's a concept, you know. It's a Saturday show. As our listeners know, it's just all segments, and it's on a Sunday. So look at it on, a little spin zone. At least people get the fun show on their Monday commute. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, but I mean, so let me ask you this. Theoretically, could we have a Saturday show on a Wednesday?
Yeah. Yes, we can.
Okay.
Because then people think Saturday show. They think, oh, it's just segments. It's just laughs. It's good times.
So that'll really throw me off, but okay.
Right. So with that, we're going to move into our world famous segments. And we're going to start off with a Mad Lib challenge.
Okay, let me pull it up.
All right, so you heard the Kane intro. That means Tones is now hosting the Mad Lib, which means I am going to be the one. I'm doing my first ever challenge here, so we're gonna get words in there. He's gonna ask me for, and then I'm gonna fill my cheeks up with water and try not to spit it out. If I do, I lose. If I don't, I win. So while Tones is pulling that up, I'm gonna get my water ready.
Yeah, I had it pulled up, and then I like switched apps, and now I have to refind it, but it's coming.
There we go.
Okay. Do you want to know what it's titled?
No.
Okay.
No. Just we'll find out once we get there.
Okay. Give me the music. I'll give myself the music. Okay. All right. Okay. Give me a plural noun.
Titties.
Titties. Okay. Titties. Give me an adjective.
Shitty.
Shitty titties. Okay. Give me a plural noun.
Fucking assholes.
Okay.
I'll get that.
I don't know if it'll fit. It'll fit. Assholes. Yeah, it'll fit. Okay. Please. Give me an adjective.
Fucked.
Fucked. Okay.
Fucked up.
Fucked. Okay. Okay. It plays. Give me another adjective.
Stupid. Fucking.
Stupid. Fucking. Okay. Fucking. Fucking. Okay. Give me a noun.
Turd.
Turd. Okay. Person in room, last name.
Okay, we'll go with Heavy.
Okay. Just last name of a person.
Hicks. Shout out Taylor Hicks.
Shout out T Hicks. Give me a place.
Alabama.
Ooh, Dirty South. I think they spelled that right. Another last name of a person.
I'm gonna go with Philbin. Regis Philbin.
Shout out Regis. That's definitely spelled right. Part of the body.
I'm gonna go with penis.
Go-to answer.
What's that supposed to mean?
Just give me a type of liquid.
type of liquid.
Yeah.
Piss.
Piss. Okay. They're gonna go another direction.
Oh, you six.
I mean, penis and then a liquid.
I'll let you slide with it over the line. Could be one right there, but I'll let it slide.
Okay. Give me a plural article of clothing.
Pants.
Okay. You wear 2 pairs of pants?
I guess we got to go with socks.
Okay. Socks. Give me a relative.
A relative. Ooh, now we're getting personal. I'm gonna go with Uncle Jonathan. I don't have one of those, but it'll play. The Mad Lib doesn't know that.
You said you have like nieces and nephews, right?
Mm-hmm.
They call you Uncle Tom.
Mm-hmm.
That's a little slightly probably. Okay, Thomas. Okay.
Thomas.
All right, that sounds better.
Get over the line. You're just asking for it.
All right. All right. Give me a piece of furniture.
Couch.
Okay. Verb ending in ing.
Titty fucking.
Titty fucking. I thought you were gonna continue on with the titty farting trend of last episode.
Oh, that'd have been a good one.
So it's too late. Adjective.
fucking stupid. I'm gonna make you an angry Mad Lib reader. This is just gonna come off as a rant.
I earned a badge. Word player. Okay, that's cool.
Good for you.
Okay. All right, so the music's still going. This is called Campfire Stories.
All right, hold on. I gotta get my water. I gotta brace myself here.
Oh yeah, I forgot you need the water.
The whole point of the challenge, bro.
The whole point of the challenge. So for those at home looking at Tom's face, he's got some big old cheeks going. He looks like a squirrel that got his nut. Oh. Got something going. All right. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it's called Campfire Stories. It is always fun to chop up some titties and use them to build a shitty campfire. Then you get all the fucking assholes to sit around the fire and tell scary stories. You can tell about Ichabod Crane, the fucked up school teacher of Sleepy Hollow, and his stupid fucking adventures with the endless turd. Or you can tell the fall of the House of Hevy, which is written by Edgar Allan Hicks. Or you can tell about vampires from Alabama, like the terrible Count Philbin who bit people on the penis and drank their piss.
Shit. Oh god, stupid segment. Damn it.
I'm just picturing Regis Philbin just like sucking some guy's dick, claiming he's a vampire. Like, no, I'm a vampire. This is how I survive. I must bite your dick.
Oh fuck! All right, I'm 0-1 with the challenge now.
I feel like I might have goaded you into that a little bit. I couldn't stop laughing myself.
It did not help. It didn't help at all. So that's the challenge. We don't read the rest of them until if somebody spits up. That's how the game works. So, well, that was fun. That was a good laugh. It gets tough when you like really inflate your mouth with water. Like,
yeah,
it really gets
no wiggle room. It's just like any sort of
laughter gets fucking tough.
Yeah.
All right. So that brings us to our second segment. Ask a straight, a new one from yesterday. So I got a question for our straight co-host Tones.
Okay.
Tones, have you ever been hit on by gay dudes? And if you have, what are your thoughts on that? Yeah, is it a compliment or is it like, geez, this guy?
I had a situation. I used to work with this guy who was gay, and he was kind of like, this is when I was doing the makeup job, and when we moved to Florida, we had like. Basically, it was like 3 or 4 of us in one apartment because, we moved down there with like no money. We all just kind of like tried to work it out together, kind of thing. And we had someone move out, and this guy, like, he was just like always kind of down on his luck. Like, he lived in a real shitty, like, he rented a room in a house. It was basically just like filled with like crackheads who all like rented rooms. Like, there was like 20 people in this one house. It was crazy. So, like, dude, just like. You're paying more rent here than you would with us, so just come with us. So he ended up staying with us, and it got a little weird. He only stayed with us for like 2 months because he never paid rent, and we kicked him out. But
what a dick.
Yeah, but it just got weird. Like there'd be times we'd be like, hanging out or whatever. And I hung out with him before. He was cool. We used to smoke together every once in a while. But he would just like try and like corner me and tickle me and shit.
Ooh.
Yeah, I was just like, yo,
that's assault, brother.
Like first of all, like I hate being tickled. Like it's super violent when I get tickled. Except he was big. He was bigger than me, so like there wasn't much I could do. I was just like, "Yo, get the fuck away from me."
Is he big and strong or big and fat?
Both.
It sucks.
Like he's like a strong fat. Like he's not like a sloppy fat. He's a thick fat. Like there's some
brick shit house.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it was just like that was very uncomfortable. I don't like that. I mean, I don't mind the whole, if you just want to say, oh, whatever. I don't even know. I don't think I've ever been hit on by a gay guy any other way, at least that I know. Yeah. I'm terrible at reading signals like that.
I don't know if I have either.
Yeah, probably not. Yeah, so I mean, I'm not against it. Like, I would take it as a compliment if it was like respectful, but like if you corner me and try and tickle me, that's a no.
Yeah, that's no good. You can't be doing that.
No, kind of rapey.
Yeah, that's uncomfortable.
Yeah,
I'm sorry that happened.
Me too. Can I raise my hand? Me too, or is that an over the line?
Yeah, it's an over the line.
Okay.
Well, I mean, like technically, I mean, like, that could qualify as a Me Too movement thing, and you just got to put it on Twitter, and then you'll get like 20,000 retweets.
Yeah,
and
no one cares about this fuck, so it's like,
yeah,
we don't care. Like, all right, you got blessed by a gay Puerto Rican guy. Like, okay.
Oh man,
that might be an over the line.
You just racked up a couple.
Yeah, I'll just leave it open to. I'll listen back later. I'll leave it open to interpretation.
There you go.
About it.
Right. Well, that moves us on to our third segment, which is Ask a Gay. So, Tones, what do you got?
I want to know if twerking is prevalent in the gay community. Is that something that happens, or because?
What do you mean? Like live? Like when I see people I mean, I don't go to gay bars and stuff. I'm sure if I did, there'd be plenty of it.
That's I mean, like that, or like, whether you're watching porn, like, do they twerk? Like, is that something that gay people do, or is it just safe for women?
Yeah, no, they do.
Okay.
Yeah, they twerk their butts. I mean, that's the fucking point. It's a good way to like get them all sauced up. Just sauced up.
Okay. Yeah, I guess. I mean, okay. Only guy I've ever seen twerk was our friend Joe.
Oh yeah. Who's not gay?
No, he's not gay. He used to just do like handstands and put his legs on the wall and start twerking.
But
I was wondering if anyone ever did it for like the actual reason of twerking, like a mating call, I guess. I don't know what is the point of twerking? Is it just like a mating call?
Well, the butt is a very it's a stimulating part of the body for a gay man. So when they start twerking, and it's just like,
I like that.
All right. Yeah. Stick my dick in your pooper.
Oh, that's an over the line.
Oh shit. No, it's no. I guess it is. Yeah, it is. I guess it's a pooper.
Maybe it's a bit homophobic. I don't know.
I'm talking way too loud too. My neighbors they definitely hear everything that I say when we record.
It's a pooper.
They just moved into. They're probably just like, we moved into this fucking psychotic gay guy who, when he comes out and we see him, he doesn't look anything like a gay guy. He's a hungover guy who looks miserable going to work. Like, oh man, that's hilarious. All right, so brings us to our 4th out of 6 segments. So we have It Was All Dream. And it's not me this time. It's Tones, the guy who can't remember any of his dreams. So it looks like he's made a proactive decision to try to remember them a little bit more often. So Tones, what happened?
Yeah, I mean, it's not that crazy of a dream per se. Kind of along the same lines where I just kind of like cock block myself.
Poor guy.
I mean, there was a whole lot to the dream that I can't remember. Like, I was in a cave at one point, and there was like I've been playing a lot of Fortnite, so there was like a chest. I don't know. But it got to like towards the end of the dream, I had the business trip I had to take to North Dakota. And why I would need to go to North Dakota, when I work with fish. I don't know what's going on up there.
North Dakota tomorrow.
So I don't know. I had to go up there, but instead of like a hotel, I guess there's no hotels in North Dakota, so they just got us like a cabin in the middle of the woods. And I was supposed to go up with like these 2 girls that were basically like an amalgam of every like girl I've like ever met, kind of thing. Like they all had it was weird. It was like a mishmash of features, but they were really hot. And we were gonna be the 3 of us in this cabin together, and I'm not going to say like something would have happened, but just the implication of being in a cabin in the woods alone, away from everybody. They kind of had to. The implication, yeah.
The implication was there.
It's a little Always Sunny shout out. Yeah. The implication of being on a boat in the middle of the ocean, nowhere to go. The guy. But no, and it was just like. Oh, and then at one point, like I ended up finding a bunch of Percocet on the side of the street. And that was just, I don't know, that was cool. I didn't really get time to do that, but and then I was packing for my trip, and then I woke up because my dad was fiddling with the carbon monoxide detector and just let out a giant beep at 9 in the morning. I was like, I walk outside my room and he's just laying on the ground like with a screwdriver in the carbon monoxide detector. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
You see, this is why I love this segment, because like, yeah, they're dreams, and I guess a lot of people bitch and moan that they don't want to hear other people's dreams. But in my opinion, if you can remember them vividly, that they happened, like it might as well have been like a part of your life that happened. Yeah. And they never make any fucking sense.
No, they don't. So I don't know. It was just kind of weird. Again, kind of cock blocked myself. I got sidetracked like packing.
Yeah.
Then I woke up and
it probably took you like 9 hours to pack.
I wanted to make sure I had like a nice flannel or something, because it'd be in North Dakota. It's gonna be cold, but gotta be fashionable at the same time. Gotta look good,
exactly.
So I don't have to rely on the implication. That's my dream.
Look at you remembering dreams. I like it. Keep trying your best to like wake up, and if you have one, just try to like trace your steps and just be like, what just happened?
Yeah. I almost went back to sleep and I was like, no, I gotta write it down. I picked up my phone, I wrote it down. I think I texted you then too. I was like, I did Martin Luther King gift, like, I have a dream.
Yeah, you did. I was like, no way. Have you ever because you don't really remember, but like it happens to me, like not a lot, but it's happened to me a bunch where I'm like lucid dreaming, then I wake up and I go back to sleep and I go right back into the dream, and it's like wild.
I can never get right back into it.
I can like literally be like snuggle back up and like, let's get back into that.
No, see, I try all the time because I always get woken up at the worst times. Like sometimes, like I'll get back into like the same storyline, but it'll be like farther down the road, kind of, where it's like whatever I wanted to happen has already happened. It's like, well, now I'm just stuck in this. Like I don't even want to be here anymore.
All right. Well, that's funny. Keep them coming. If you have another dream, let us know. We'll add the segment to it again.
Absolutely.
So that brings us into our next segment, the 5th out of 6 segments. So we got a horse race for you. I got a $20 bet. Okay. And the Gulfstream race, they're all lining up into the gate right now. So I took a little bet on the 4 horse. His name is Rogue Patriot. I will bet $20 on him to win. He's getting to the gate right now. So what we're going to do is I'm going to turn the volume up on the TV. You can hear the guy commentating, and hopefully we haven't won any of these races since we started doing this segment. So it's I'm pretty much, I think I'm accidentally down about $100 because it was like the first time we tried to do this, it was a nightmare. But
yeah, you always double bet somehow.
There's a good chance to get it back. He's 7-1, so they're all on the gate. So here we go. Oh, wait, the 6 is getting into the gate. I misspoke. Now he's in the gate. Now everybody's in the gate.
They're at the post. And they're off. Not a good beginning for Zap, Zap, Zap. He kind of stutter-stepped at the start, and he's last to begin. It was a good beginning for 4 Freedoms, who's heading off for the early lead.
Which horse do you have?
Rogue Patriot.
Up on the outside, that's Master Rory in third with Puerto Rican style.
He's in second. 13-1 were his final odds. $20 to win. He looks good.
5 lengths off the lead. He's second last, and the trailer is Admiral Jimmy. Past the half mile and moving to the far turn. It's 4 Freedoms.
Come on, Rogue Patriot.
Bidding for the early double. They lead by a neck. Rogue Patriot keeps the pressure on second. 2 back to Master Rory, third for Juarez at the
Come on, Patriot.
Puerto Rican style fourth. Zap, Zap, Zap coming under a ride fifth, trying to get a move on. And the trailer remains Admiral Jimmy as they run to the top of the stretch. On the outside, it's Rogue Patriot bidding up to take a narrow lead. From his outside, it's Master Rory getting into second. Zap, Zap, Zap begins to get motivated, and here he comes.
First around the final turn. Come on, Rogue Patriot. Come on, Rogue Patriot. Go! No, 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 no. Keep up with them. Fuck, no.
Zap, Zap, Zap is too good. 1-5 overcomes trouble and wins going away.
He came in second.
Oh,
a heartbreaker to Zap, Zap, Zap.
Oh, that's tough.
Damn.
Damn it. Sounded like he was in it. Like, it sounded like he was kind of waiting back. He was like waiting to make a move, and then the Zap, Zap, Zap just took off.
Zap, 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 man. I didn't see that there was a 1-5 horse in this race. There was only 6 racers. So that was shit. All right. So the horse racing for the Saturday shows has not been very good on the bank account. So I thought right there we were gonna like really hit it big. 13-1 at 20. I don't know. I'm not a math guy, but that would have been good. That would have set me up for the next couple of weeks. So that brings us into do you remember our 6th and final segment before we hit our 4-pack of questions. So Tones, do you remember Carl Stevenson?
No.
You don't remember Carl Stevenson? So Carl Stevenson, when we were sophomores in college, so I had the Watchdog app on my phone just to like see where all the sexual predators were. Like the people who had to like, register that they fucked up and like raped or sexually assaulted. Like a lot of them were like misdemeanors, just like, exposed like his genitals like while he was drunk or whatever and like got written up. Like some of the shit there, some like, some stuff that's like not as bad compared to the other stuff, but like down the street from our dorm, like the closest possible predator, his name was Carl Stevenson, and he was a convicted rapist.
Wait, hold on. Was that the guy that lived like 2 houses down from us? Is that the guy in the wheelchair?
No. That was Jerry. Jerry's not a sex Jerry was just an old non-veteran.
I thought I heard some stuff about him, but
no, maybe. Well, Jerry was the kind of guy he was in a wheelchair and he'd wheel to the front door and open it and he'd sit in the wheelchair like right at the front door and then he'd just stand up out of it and chill. Like Jerry's a fraud. But Carl Stevenson was basically just a rapist who lived next door to our dorm. And like, we would always have to like walk by it all the time. And then like, we just started to create like all these urban legends about Carl Stevenson, like around the campus. Just like, oh, that's Carl Stevenson's house. Like it was like Old Man Marley and Home Alone. So, yo, check it out. It's Old Man Marley. He was like, yo, check it out. It's Carl Stevenson. Like he's doing yard work right now. What do you think he's thinking about? Probably rape. Like there's really not much to the story other than this. Like, the fact that there was a convicted rapist from like a year before that he like had he raped and then like we moved in. So he's like a fresh like rapist, I guess.
He's freshly off the rape.
Yeah, I think the trial is probably ongoing. I don't know how.
Carl Stevenson.
Yeah, it was a hilarious. Just like don't go that way. That's where Carl Stevenson lives.
Where was he? You were in Soren freshman year?
No, so this is sophomore year.
Oh, sophomore year. Okay.
So this was near up. By the way, we're at St. Joe's, so it's Philadelphia. So this is on Upland Way near Ashwood.
Okay.
It was like a little tiny, he had a nice little house, nice little place to settle down, but like we were afraid that he had like a pit down there, like a dungeon, 1,000 lambs where he just keep next rape
the lotion on the skin.
Yeah, exactly. And he looked like a nice guy. I mean, like just from like, we gave him a lot of heat. I'd walk by him all the time and he's out there, he's gardening and stuff. I was he looks like a reformed man.
They always do look like nice guys.
And all of a sudden they're raping you, like you can't just go around and rape people. Like that's a really bad thing to do.
That's an over the line.
Yeah, it's an
rape is an
Carl Stevenson's part. Get Carl Stevenson an over the line.
Over the line, okay.
Hey, Carl Stevenson, over the line.
You can't do that.
Very over the line. Yeah, I can't.
I can't do that.
Cock like on a girl.
Whoa.
Oops. No, it's rape isn't funny, but TNT sometimes we poke fun at everything. Why not? So we're gonna hit a quick little commercial break. Well, we introduce these commercial breaks. We're gonna do another one. Make it seem like we're a legitimate radio show. Why not? And then we're gonna go into our 4-pack of questions. All right, so we got a 4-pack of questions to go through, Tones. And then we're going to send everybody off into their, unfortunately, Sundays, a Saturday show on a Sunday, and then the week begins tomorrow. So for question number 1, you ever have a time where you forget something super important for an important event? This is a Tone's question, so I'm interested to see what you got here.
Yeah. So this was, let me set the scene a little bit. I was 15, 16, somewhere around there. And I was going to a concert with my cousin and his friends who were like 23, 24. They're significantly older. And we were going in the middle, going into the city. My cousins live in Brooklyn. I met up with him and then we went into the city. We're going to a Wu-Tang concert. Right. Wu-Tang Clan.
I heard you don't fuck. You don't fuck with those guys.
No. You don't fuck
with them. Deal with that. Why can't you fuck with them? Do they like kill you if you fuck with them?
They just ain't anything. Wu-Tang ain't. You can't fuck with them, man.
All right.
Wu-Tang ain't nothing to fuck with.
All right.
But
take your word for it.
Yeah. No, please do. And you must protect your neck.
Okay.
Protect your neck at all costs.
Protect my neck.
Yeah. And one last thing is remember that cash rules everything around me.
They're cash only. No, they can't take debit card.
No, cream, man. Cream. Cash rules everything around me.
Okay.
Dollar bill, y'all. Okay. Anyway, enough of the Wu-Tang riff. But yeah, so we're going to the concert. And it's like around Christmas time. Usually they do a show in the city like around Christmas. I I would go like every year with my cousin, and we go all the way down there. It's like 30 degrees. We get up to the line. We're standing there, and I'm just like, fuck, I forgot my ticket. And it's not even like I forgot my ticket back in Brooklyn where like I could hop on a train and go back. Like I forgot it back like in my house, like in Westchester.
Oh boy.
So it was far. And it was again, it was the middle of the city. I was like 5 years old.
5?
Sorry, 15.
I thought you were 16.
No, like 15, 16. I don't know why I said 5. And we were surrounded by there was some bad hombres in the area. Okay, I'll just leave it at that. But yeah, end the story. Like one of my cousin's friends had an extra ticket that he was going to try and sell, and again, I was like 15, 16, so I didn't like have the money to buy another one off him, so he just gave it to me. Kind of felt like a dick, but I got to go to the concert, so it was cool.
There you go. So it worked out. Yeah,
it worked out. But it was it's like that feeling, like your stomach just drops when you just get there. And you're like, I don't have it.
Yep.
I need it. Yep. I
have something pretty much like the same thing almost. So high school, I think it was actually November 14th, 2009.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It was my first ever Metallica show.
Okay. That's why you remember the date.
Yeah. Very historical date in my life. So was planning it for fucking forever. Like it was like I could like on the calendar, cannot fucking wait to go. All right. So go to the Long Branch train station. Train's scheduled to pick us up at like 3:30. It's like about 3:10. I forgot the fucking tickets at home. We're about 15 minutes away from my house.
Oh shit.
I could not believe it. I'm like, oh my God, I fucking forgot the goddamn tickets. So I call my buddy Al, who lives like literally like a block away from me. So I'm like, dude, I need you to fucking run to my house right now, break into my house, get the tickets, and drive them to the Long Branch train station like ASAP. Okay. So he does. So he breaks into the house, he gets the tickets, and he's on his way. So he starts flooring it. And he starts flooring it down Ocean Avenue in Long Branch, and he's about 10 minutes away, and the train shows up, and I'm just like, hold on. I forgot my Metallica tickets. My buddy's coming to deliver them. He's literally 6 minutes away. He's near, like, I knew, like, the guy who was holding the train up knew the area. He's like, where are they right now? It's just like, they're by the windmill. And he's like, all right, that's like 5 minutes. He's like, all right, I'll hold it for as long as possible. So eventually they drive all the way up. They're right there. And I'm like, there he is. He's got my ticket. He's like, nope, not holding the train anymore. This is ridiculous. No. Close the fucking doors and, like, missed the train. So we had to wait for the next train, which was like a half hour later. And like the whole thing, I mean, no, it was an hour later. I'm sorry. And the whole thing, like we wanted to get into the city and meet my brother who lived there. And we were going to pregame and everything, and it was going to be sweet. So like that just threw a wrench in the entire plans, but we still had a pregame because we weren't old enough to buy beers inside the garden. So finally we get in the next train. We get to my brother's place. We just literally like, he opens up the fridge and he's got a 24-ounce Budweiser can for pretty much everybody. And like I housed like 2 of them in about like 10 minutes. Like, and that was, at the time was enough to just like get the job done.
Yep.
Then we hop in a cab and we have about like, I don't know, 30 minutes until Metallica is going to take the stage. Like we planned this terribly. Like, all right. So the time says Metallica gets on at 7. That means they probably get on at 8. Metallica decided to get on at 7:30 that night. Ooh. So it was terrifying. So we get into a cab. Immediately, there's just the most traffic in the fucking world. The cab's not moving anywhere, you know? And we're like probably 15, 20 blocks away from the garden.
Yeah.
So we just have to fucking get out of the cab and go and sprint to Madison Square Garden. I ended up having to like pull off into an alley and piss like because of the Budweisers that we drank and shit. Eventually we got to the Madison Square Garden. We had the nosebleed section. We had the worst seats in the house because I didn't have that much money at the time.
Right.
And I ran all the way up. We filed into our seats, sat down, and right as my ass hit the seats, the lights in the arena turned off. Like it was literally like I sat in the light switch and Metallica.
Yeah, perfect timing.
It was perfect timing. So it all worked out okay.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, that was a really fun night. So with that was a good question, by the way. Number 2 of our 4-pack of questions. When was the time that you lied to someone for no fucking reason at all, and you had to keep up with the lie with that person for a long time because it was just too embarrassing to just be like, yeah, like I made that up.
I got one on like a smaller scale, and then I have like a bigger one.
Give me the bigger scale one. Well, actually, give me both. I'm interested in both.
The smaller scale is funnier, in my opinion. But so my friend was like sick one day. Like he wasn't in school, so I convinced him that like while he was gone, my other friend teabagged like the weird kid, like he's in the middle of class, just like walked up behind him and just like teabagged him. And like I told like 3 or 4 other people to like go along with it. So we kept it going for like a week where he actually thought that like this kid just teabagged another kid in the middle of class. But I don't know. I just thought it was just like a funny picture in my head, just picturing the 2 kids. Like
that was like when we talked about it a few episodes ago when those kids convinced me that I had a seizure.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was like. And it was funny because like I described it too. I put details like, yeah, dude, it was funny. Like so and so, like
had his nutsack like all over you, man. Dude, like it was wild.
He had like really little nuts. It was just like it looked like a fuzzy walnut. I said, like a fuzzy walnut. Just that image in my head.
So what's the other one?
Well, the other one, I got a friend, and I think you met him. But he always gives me shit about smoking.
Mm-hmm.
So I just like, even to this day, every time I see him, like, yeah, no, yeah, like I won't do it around him. So
I do that too. That's that's not a big deal.
Yeah.
I got this way beat. Like, I mean, I have some embarrassing shit that I lied about for no fucking reason.
I genuinely try not to lie, like, because I know that.
Like, I try to be the most honest person I possibly can be, but like I was in the closet for 24 years. You end up tending to lie about a lot of stuff,
Yeah, that's fair.
But I mean, I've told like multiple people that I play, like I'm actually a very good guitarist. Like, I don't know, it's a goddamn thing about the guitar. Like, I just want, that's like my biggest aspiration. I'm just too lazy to learn. So like, instead I just tell them, yeah, I play guitar. I got an axe at home. It's a Gibson. Like, what kind of model is it? Oh, Gibson. But the one that I remember when I wrote this question down, so freshman year of high school, I was really self-conscious because I wasn't a good student at all. I was a terrible student, but I wanted people to think that I was like a genius for some reason. It's so stupid. It's such a cringeworthy thing to look back on. So freshman year, like new high school, I didn't know anybody. And I just like told a couple of people like, yeah, I'm in honors geometry. Like, no big deal. Like, oh yeah. They're like, I'm in that class too. Like, which period? And I said the one that they didn't have. So it got to the point where it was so bad where like I bought the textbook for the class. And I like, cause like in high school, you had to like walk around with your textbooks instead of you leave your backpack in your locker and you like walk around with your books. I would always have that book like on me, but I'd have to keep it hidden from people who are in my actual math class and be like, what the fuck are you doing with that book? You're in fucking like average ass regular class, like with everybody else reading
tonight,
I kept that up for about like 2 years.
Oh my
God. First year. And luckily, like the kid that I mainly lied to for no reason about it, he ended up leaving, I think like the second year. So I didn't have to like, because like after honors geometry, you have to move up to like the trigonometry one. So I had to buy that book too. And that was out of my own wallet because I couldn't ask my mom to buy me that book.
Right? Yeah.
Like, what the fuck do you need that book for? You have no idea what trigonometry is. You're the stupidest kid when it comes to math. Like we talk about it all the time.
Everyone else in the school is probably wondering, like, why did you just drop down like 2 levels of math in like a year? Like, what do you do?
Exactly. That was an embarrassing one. I did a lot of shit like that. Like, I got exposed one time. Like I was in my biology class the same year, and I was there, like, we got our test back, and I got like, I'm the kid who's susceptible to getting like a 45 on like a test. It's like a pretty easy test, and people like if you do like really bad and you fail, it's like a 65 or like a 70, something like that. I was the guy who just got it all wrong. So bad. And I'd just be like, oh, Tom, what'd you get? I was like, I got like an 88. Like, and it was like a tough test. And like, really? No fucking way. Let me see it. And like, you didn't get an 88. You got a 47. I was like, fuck. Oh, I misread it. My bad.
It was upside down. It was,
I was fucking like, my eyes are all fucked up. But God, that was so stupid of me. But so that happened. So see, honesty. Yeah. It's fun to do like 15 years later. Yeah. So with that, we move on to question number 3 of the 4-pack. So, and we'll keep it light too, because I wrote this down. I was like, oh, this comes off bad. But like, we'll keep it light because I know I have this written down. I mean, like in my head, basically. But what's the worst day of your life? What was the worst day ever? You can look back on. Like, I mean, I literally have like ranked like top 5 like bad days. Like, and there's just a number 1. Most of the listeners know about this number 1 too. I mean, I'll just get right back. I'll get into it. Yeah. And then you can go. But I was college, and me and my buddies, it was like 15 of us did this. Like, I didn't really want to go at all, but I kind of did just because it was fear of missing out sort of thing. They got a house in Vermont because they were all snowboarders and stuff. I wasn't. I was just like, is there sledding? They found out that there was a tubing section. I was like, all right, perfect. I'm in. Like, cool. So like, while you guys go do that, I'll go tube all day sort of thing. And then like, it was mainly just like an excuse to get out there and have a house and drink before we were 21.
Yeah.
So right when we got there, this girl like hates me for telling the story because like she denies, but she was sick. She was an ill girl. Like she like was literally like sick, and she came anyway. She was invited. It's like, yeah, but like if you have the flu, like don't come. But she had fear of missing out too. So I got there first, and I put all my shit on a bed, and I was like, this is my bed. This is where I will sleep. So day one, like we have great night, great party, but she fell asleep early because she was fucking sick.
Yeah.
So guess whose bed she decided to fucking steal because she got there late? Fucking my bed. Okay. She took my fucking bed and she took all my shit, threw it on the floor. I tried. It was top bunk too. I was just like, I got dibs on top bunk, like sort of thing once I rolled into the house. So like I was like literally because I was drunk enough where I was trying to like pick her up and like throw her off the fucking bed. I was like, I can't believe you stole my fucking bed after I put literally all my shit on there. But she wasn't budging. So I just had to end up going to sleep in a closet. People had like made fun of me for fucking years after like all the pictures got taken of me. Like I woke up in a closet and they were just like, oh, look at Tom, he's super fucked up, but he fell asleep in a closet. It's like, no, it's because that sick bitch stole my fucking bed. Yeah. So anyway, the next
You're used to being in there anyway.
Over the line.
Okay.
So anyway, so the next day I like, she wakes up and I'm like, hey, that's my fucking bed you stole. And she's like, oh, okay. And she continues to be sick. She's got the flu. And I sleep in the bed the next day and I wake up and I am just ill. I'm just like, oh my God, like, what is this? And people are just like, oh, you drank too much. You're like hungover. I'm like, no, like this is like a physical illness that I have, like that I'm dealing with. So anyway, like, cause I was like, they call me the road show cause I'm a very good driver and there was a blizzard that happened too. So it's actually very dangerous conditions to be driving. So I was scheduled to drive us home, like me and my 5 buddies. Because we had like 6 cars. So I couldn't drive because I was so sick. So I had to sit in the back. So this kid decided to drive instead. And he was the worst driver ever. Like we hit bumper to bumper traffic and he'd hit the gas and slam the brakes sort of thing while everybody's trying to sleep. So I'm sick as a dog in the back seat. Could not have felt worse. I'm so pissed because this happened so early on in like the 4-day trip that I couldn't do anything for the rest of it. I was just sitting there like I couldn't drink. Like I was just dead in the water. And then the what's it called? Icing on the cake on the way home after this kid's driving like a maniac. First of all, we hit traffic. The GPS took us to the George Washington Bridge. So we hit about 4 hours of standstill traffic for no reason. We could have avoided it by going around. Yeah. My buddy, when we were on the GW bridge, peeked his head out of the window and was throwing up all over the bridge, like in bumper to bumper traffic. Like people were just looking over, just like, Jesus Christ. It was like 11 in the morning. This kid's throwing up all over the place. And then I was in the back seat and I shat my pants. And I was so mad. I was just like, this could not get any fucking worse. I'm sick as anything. I just shat my pants. We're sitting here in this fucking god awful traffic. It took us about 11 hours to get home from Vermont. My God. I got home. I started throwing up everywhere. It took I cleaned myself up and I slept for 2 days. And my parents were just like, you're hungover. You drank too much, this and that. Nobody believed me that I was actually sick. But that was the worst day of my life.
That sounds awful. I mean, did people know that you shit the bed?
Yeah, I was sitting in the back and it wasn't like a fart. It was quiet. I was like, I just shat my pants. I try to let one go. Like it would feel good. And like my weak ass body. Like I'm looking at the window, buddy in front of me is puking out the window and stuff. And I just wanted to fart and I just crap myself. And right when it happened, I was like, fuck, I just shat myself, guys. And they found it hilarious. And I was just like, I had to sit in this filth until we get home.
I think that's hilarious. I mean, freaking dude, like we're in closed confines. Like it's bad enough when someone farts in the car, you shit in the car.
Nothing you can do.
At that point, no. You just can't.
There's nowhere you're in that kind of traffic. You can't just pull off into a rest area, especially in the New York City area. There's no rest stops. You just gotta get through it. I didn't want to. I was just like, just get us home. I'm sick. I just need to get to my bed because I can't sleep with his asshole while he's driving. So what's the worst day in your life?
It's a little bit of a different avenue. I was supposed to get my uncle got me a job one summer in between college. I was supposed to go work at this company, and I knew I was gonna work at this place. That was the plan. So I quit smoking for probably a month before we even ended school. So it ended up being a month and a half by the time I actually went to go work there. I went to go take the drug test and I failed.
That is what is that like? Do you find, when do you find out that you failed it? That's gotta be the most horrifying thing.
I found that right there.
Really?
Yeah, like I took the
Oh,
test.
that's so bad.
Yeah, and I was sitting there, and the guy's just looking at the cup, and he's just like, and it's funny because I don't think he remembers me, but like it's like one of my bosses now.
Oh,
not like my direct boss, but he's like in corporate and he kind of
yeah.
oversees like our area or whatever. And he's just looking, he's like, bro, like I don't know what to tell you, you failed. Like it coming up positive. I was like, for what? Because I wasn't sure. But like, it could be for pop, bro. He's like, and I was like, oh, no. And I just walked out. And I had to, and like my mom knew like I was going in that day for like whatever like, interview or whatever, or like to kind of get situated. And she called like as soon as I got back, and I was just like, yeah, I failed the drug test.
So when was the last time you smoked before that? Because you were saying it was months ahead of time. You still failed?
It was probably like a month and a half.
Damn, that shouldn't have happened.
It shouldn't have. But
I wonder if he was testing you and he said like it's positive and it wasn't, and you should have been like, "What? No, it shouldn't be." Stop, so that way I could pass this. I mean, that's what I had.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, granted, I was around people that were smoking, so like maybe
it's hard to. Yeah, you probably took a couple rips and then like
yeah. Well, not even like that. Just like maybe like secondhand, kind of. I don't know.
Yeah, I know a guy who he's like a big pothead, and he went in for a job interview, and it was like a pretty important one too. And he had like a piss bag or something like attached to his leg.
I've done that too.
Yeah, so he went in, and the bag popped.
Oh no!
And piss just leaked out, and like they just looked down and noticed like what was going on. And he just like put his head down and walked out.
That's all you can do at that point.
Yeah. Yeah, it's my fraud piss.
Yeah, I took another one, and this one was actually at my mom's company, so this could have been even worse. But I ended up getting my friend to piss in a condom for me, and I taped it to my leg, and I just went into the place, and I went in there. I was wearing basketball shorts too, like it was a terrible idea.
Because condoms have like very intense lubricant on it, so the smell is like.
Well, we got the non-lubricated.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it was like it was a Magnum, and he filled it up all the way. I was like, bro, why would you fill it up all the way? This is so much piss. But I went in there and like because we tied a knot in the top, so I went to go like untie it, but I couldn't get it, so I had to like rip it, and I got piss all over my hands.
Oh, gross.
Yeah, but I passed. So
you were able to maintain the piss and get it into the cup.
Yeah. And the worst part about failing the other one was that like I had to go into my uncle's office. He wanted to talk to me, so I had to like drive all the way in. And like this is like I wasn't even for sure at this point whether like I had the job or not, like whether he was gonna like be able to smooth it over. But like he called me and like, and he's like pretty high up. So like I went in there and it was awkward as fuck. He's like, look, like I don't, I'm not mad at you for doing it. Like I'm sure my kids have done it. Like I've done it, but like. I just can't hire you. I'm like, all right. It was terrible. It was just like I got awful. Like
the future generation now is going to be able to be in a world where they don't care about that. And I'm jealous of them because like when I got a job, like I literally had to just stop smoking weed for like a month, like 30 days. And I was like, this sucks.
Yeah.
This is so boring.
Yeah.
Especially like you said, like I was around people who were doing it. And I was like, I gotta walk outside and wait for them to be done, and then come in and play fucking Super Smash Brothers Not Baked. Like,
this sucks.
All right. So that's intense. So that brings us to our fourth question of the 4-pack to wrap it up and set it into your week. So Tones, what was a significantly priced item that you bought while you were hammer drunk? How much did you spend, and what was it? And was it worth it?
So
I mean, have you done this?
Yeah, I mean, not like nothing huge. Like I know, like I don't know if Pat McAfee
buying a wrestling ring.
Yeah, he bought a wrestling like $10,000.
Nothing to that scale.
Ring. No, nothing that big. But one time, this was like probably last year. It was like the first time I had been to like a Yankee game since I had moved back to New York, and I actually had like money. And I had a Yankee hat that was just like too tight.
Yeah.
Like, it only fit like if I just got a haircut. Otherwise, it just gave me a headache. So I was like, I need a new fucking hat. So I went to the game. I ended up buying a hat there, and then I also ended up buying a jersey. I got a Judge jersey, and all in all, it was like probably $300, $350 for everything. It was just like, but like I still wear it today, so it's like
that kind of stuff is worth it.
Yeah, but it was just like a lot to just drop.
Yeah,
like an impulse decision. Like,
yeah. I mean, I got that beat. I got a worse one.
Okay.
I was like legitimately a blackout drunk, and I mean, my old roommate, hashtag shout out Mackenzie. He never been to a concert before, and he gave me a list of artists. He said if Bob Seger, Peter Gabriel, or Phil Collins ever go on tour, like I'll go to a concert. So fine. He's since been to like 20. Yeah, it's the most obscure fucking list. I'm not really that huge of a fan of any of them except for Peter Gabriel. But so anyway, all of a sudden Seger announces a tour, like bang, like huge tour date. So I see it get launched. I see it on Twitter and I'm like blacked out drunk. So I just go right to Ticketmaster and I buy the best 2 seats in the house.
Oh my God. And
they were each $380 a pop. Back then my paycheck was like nothing. Yeah. I think I was making peanuts. So that really set me back.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But so we were basically like, we had great seats. It wasn't exactly front row, but it was on the floor of Madison Square Garden, which was cool. Yeah. And it was like you came with the chair. This is just kind of a tangent going into the concert. But these are like, it's like a sort of a Tones Bones here. Fucking people who tell you to sit down at a concert are the fucking worst people. I'm not sure if I've ranted about that on here before, but
I believe not.
At this specific concert, this guy behind me and Mackenzie, we're drunk as shit. I was on acid too. That was a side note. So I was like fucking rocking out. Like I was like in the zone. And the guy behind me was like 50 years old and his date was like 18, maybe even younger. Like I thought it was him and his kid. Yeah. So I was like kind of feeling bad a little bit. But then, so what happened was like, I mean, he was fucking mad at us. He was like, sit the fuck down. I was like, hey, asshole, see how I'm in front of you? That means I paid more money. I'm going to do whatever I want. Right? Like, sorry, like you shouldn't have fucking bought standing only if you're not going to stand. Like, yeah. Not my fucking fault. And then like he freaked out so much. And there were other people too freaking out. Like this is a phenomenon that I don't get. People like, oh, I can't fucking see. It's just like, well, then you should have bought a goddamn seat up there so you can see, or you should have bought front row. So this guy was so annoying. We're like, fine, fuck it. You can take the seats that we have and we'll sit behind you and you sit down and we'll stand and we could see it. He's like, all right, fine. So we swapped seats. And then the people behind us then were like, sit down. And we were like, fuck this. I'm not doing this again. We're standing. We're just going to pretend like we can't hear him. And all of a sudden, this 50-year-old dude and his date, who could not have been older than 18, just start making out the rest of the way. Me and Mackenzie are just like, should we like call the cops? Because first of all, this guy's an asshole. And second of all, this just looks like a child abuse situation. Yeah. It's like, I don't know if this guy's sex trafficking or what. Bringing like your 18-year-old like
and it's like that's such a weird to a Bob Seger concert and then just make out the whole time.
They were making out the entire way. They were working on their night moves. But bam, what a reference.
I mean, that's what's like weird about that is he was asking you to sit down, but like they were just gonna be making out anyway. So what does he care if they could see or not?
Exactly.
Like, are they like making out and like looking up at the stage at the same time? Like,
yeah, he's like all time rock and roll started playing, and me and Mackenzie were fucking rocking out, having a good time. And he's just like, I can't fucking see. I was like, what do you want me to do? You want me to sit down and observe old time rock and roll? You want me to sit down and just like listen to it as like a musical piece? No, I'm gonna get up and fucking rock out like Tom Cruise in whatever it's called, Risky Biz. Yeah. So fuck those people. If you go to a concert and you have to tell people to sit down, you're a dick. All right, just fucking stand up yourself and rock out and have a good time. Don't ruin everybody else's good time by being a fucking stiff. So that's the 4-pack, Tunts. So that's the end of the show. You have any post-show thoughts?
No, I mean, just hopefully we'll get back on regular schedule.
Which would be Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday show.
I got to see if I got to go to North Dakota this week, though. I might have a business trip coming up.
We'll find out when you sleep tonight.
Yeah, we'll find out. But yeah, no, I mean, just check out the Twitter at TNT Dynamite Pod. Mm-hmm. Follow us, subscribe iTunes, unsubscribe, resubscribe, leave a review, something.
Yeah,
good, bad, whatever. Yeah, just let us know that you listened, if you liked it or not. Yeah, that's all I got.
Awesome. So I bet because it's a Saturday show on a Sunday, I bet a lot of you guys are listening to this on a Monday. So we'll do you a favor. We'll give you a free cup of coffee. We're going to play off with some Metallica. Just fucking go out there and kick the day's ass. All right. So thanks for listening. We'll talk to you Tuesday.